In this question, we are supposed to analyze the interference from three slits. Now, there are three equidistant slits S1, S2 and S3 which are illuminated by a light of intensity I and wavelength lambda. They are separated by a distance d which is given to us as root over 2 lambda d by 3. Now, we have to find out the intensity of the light which reaches at point P, which is directly in front of S1, and we have to assume that the wavelength of the light is much smaller than the distance between the screen and the slits. Alright, to analyze this, we first need to find out the waves which are reaching at this point. What is the phase difference between these waves? If the waves are reaching in phase, then the amplitude, the resultant amplitude at this point will be the amplitude due to this plus this plus this. But if the waves are not reaching in phase, then the amplitude, resultant amplitude can be found out using vector method, the phasor methods. Yes, first we will find out what is the path difference that is happening between the waves from S1 to P and S2 to P, and then from S1 to P and S3 to P, and then we can find out the resultant amplitude. Alright, so let's start with the solution. First we'll find out what is the path traveled by the light from going for going from S2 to P. So path length of light from slit S2 to reach at P will be equal to S2P, which is nothing but S2P will be under root of S1P square plus D square. So that will be root over S1P square plus small d square, which is nothing but S1P is the distance between the screen and the slits, which is D. So this comes out to be D into 1 plus small d square by capital D square whole to the power 1 by 2. Now, using small d equal to root over 2 lambda d by 3, using this we get that S2P will be equal to D into 1 plus 2 lambda d by 3d square whole to the power 1 by 2, which implies S2P will be equal to D into 1 plus 2 lambda by 3d whole to the power 1 by 2. Now since lambda is much smaller than d, we can use binomial expansion here, and thus we get S2P equal to d into 1 plus lambda by 3d, which gives us d plus lambda by 3. D plus lambda by 3. That is the path length S2P. Now, if you want to find out the path difference, S2P minus S1P, that will be equal to D plus lambda by 3 minus D, which will be equal to lambda by 3. Now, if the path difference is lambda by 3, therefore corresponding phase difference will be for a path difference of lambda, we get a phase difference of 2 pi. So for a path difference of lambda by 3, the phase difference will be 2 pi by 3. Okay. Now similarly, we can find out what is the path length S3P. That will be equal to S1P whole square plus, now this distance will be 2D whole square. So that can be equal to S1P is nothing but D square plus this will be 4 small d square, which is nothing but D into 1 plus 4 into 2 lambda, sorry, 4 into 2 lambda capital D by 3 D square whole to the power 1 by 2. Now, as we can see, 1 plus 2 lambda by D, or D into 1 plus D square by D square had come out to be D plus lambda by 3. Now, this is D into 1 plus 4 D square by D square. So, this will come out to be, therefore, S3P S3P will come out to be D plus 4 lambda by 3. Now, here the path difference S3P minus S1P will be equal to D plus 4 lambda by 3 minus D, which is equal to 4 lambda by 3, which can also be said to be lambda plus lambda by 3. Now, a phase difference of lambda, a path difference of lambda, a path difference of lambda gives us the phase difference of 2 pi. So, a path difference of 4 lambda by 3 will give us a phase difference of corresponding phase difference will be again 2 pi by 3. So, the light coming from S3 to P will have a phase difference from S1 to P of a 2 pi by 3, and so will the light coming from S2 will. Now, if we look at the phasor diagram, this is, let's say, the light coming from S1, which is got an amplitude A. It's with the reference that it is making 0 angle. So, using vector addition, we can say that this will be the light coming from S2, and similarly in the same direction, this is the light coming from S3. So, this is the resultant amplitude. As we can see, this is 2 pi by 3, so this will be pi by 3, and this forms like a triangle where this side is 2a and this side is a. So, this side will obviously be perpendicular to it. This is 2a, this is pi by 3. So, this side should be equal to root 3a. This side will be root 3a. So, root 3a is the resultant amplitude. Root 3a is the resultant amplitude. Now, the intensity corresponding to wave to amplitude A was I. So, we can say I is proportional to A square. So, the intensity at point P should be proportional to root 3 times A square, which is nothing but intensity at P is proportional to 3A square. So, we can see from this, that is I is proportional to A square and intensity at P is 3A square. So, we can say intensity at P is 3 times the intensity at the sources. Thank you.